Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 episode with the AEW save and tonight's edition of AEW Lightning. We're on the road to Revolution, as you're probably aware by now, as we continue just to get a bit more heat towards our storylines, although we don't actually use storylines in-game, let's just pretend we do. But just continue to build along the feuds we're building, and just to make sure that pay-per-view is really good. And of course, trying to get that elusive 100 rated match. We give it another good attempt tonight with a 6-man tag main event, as we are going to see Kenny Omega team up with PAC and Jon Moxley to take on Cody Rhodes and the Lucha Brothers. But without further ado, our show takes place in Jacksonville, Florida. Let's do it. This week's edition of Lightning. So the Hodges Stadium holds 11,445 fans, and we'll jump through our pre-show matches as Orange Cassidy defeated Gabriel Kidd in 7:47 with a super kick. This was a 66, 77 for Orange Cassidy and a 42 for Gabriel Kidd. We had Chris Statlander defeat Nyla Rose in 8:42. This was a 46. Statlander's 45 plays Nyla Rose's 42. We had Matt Sydal defeat Axel Dieter Jr. in 11:58 with a corkscrew moonsault, a 54 here. Great performance, it must be said, by Dieter Jr. a 58. Both guys having great chemistry, and that showed in their performances. I will push him eventually, but I think in previous saves, if you followed me for a while, you know I did push the former Marcel Barthel very strongly, so I'm going to hold off a wee bit before he gets his mega push. We also had some tag action, and I gave Lana Austin a good opportunity as she teamed alongside compatriot Saraya, and they defeated the team of Killer Kelly and Leva Bates in 7:39, with Saraya pinning Killer Kelly. This with 51, although you can clearly see from their ring performances, Saraya way above the rest. And a 49 rated match, pretty disappointing. I thought these two would put on a clinic. I think I even made this steal the show. Yep. Only a 49 as Chad Betts defeated Ilya Dragunov into a 39 with the Grand Amplitude. Quite gutted at that. I thought that would have done a lot better. That's why I gave it the main event slot of the pre-show. So on to the show itself even. And as I said, PAC, Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega in the ring as PAC and Cody Rhodes get ready for that World Championship match at Revolution as PAC seeks to reclaim his championship. Well, they argue. Kenny hits the ring, and Kenny says it's been a while since he's been involved in the world title picture. He admits he's felt it's been his duty to help elevate the women's division. As I say, he's had a great fun team with Hikaru Shida, and he just says that's still going to be happening, he's still going to do that, but he wants to prove he truly is the best by not only being the mixed tag team champion, but also a future world champion, and he will make sure that happens. If I'm right in saying, in our lineage, Kenny Omega has never been the AEW World Champion, so he is really starting to put a bit of pressure, thinking that he could be a future champion. So 94, same as last week in our opening segment. PAC has a gimmick that's getting stale, we'll look into that, and Cody benefited from a groundswell of public support. First match of the evening was the AEW Light Champion in action, and in a bout that didn't have much heat and embarrassing wrestling, Scorpio Sky, the champion, in a non-title match, defeats David Finlay Jr. in 8:28 with the blackout. The 52 here gives Scorpio Sky some more momentum. Just a shame both guys don't click, and this made for an awkward bout. Moving along, we hype up the Joshi pairing of Yuka Sakazaki and Maki Ito, as we continue to try and get them over with the American audience. That drew an 11. Whilst it was Yuka in action, and she defeated Tay Conti in 7:48 with the Yuka drill. Unfortunately, just a 21, both ladies didn't click, which made an awkward bout, and the crowd were turned off with two pre-show workers, but we need to give them that exposure, so we hope that this is an opportunity that does that. Moving along, we had some 8-man tag action with some of the tag teams on the Lightning brand. Well, two of them are able to go on both brands, of course. The Champions, Proud and Powerful, and the Young Bucks qualifying as the Elite, so they can go on both shows. But it's a decent matchup, and the team of the Young Bucks and the Motor City Machine Guns defeat Proud and Powerful in the Hybrid 2 in 14:35 when Nick Jackson pinned Angelico with a 450 splash. So a 78 is good here. Obviously the likes of the Young Bucks and Santana and Ortiz are way over, so they'll get good in-ring performances. I want to start getting the Guns there and then eventually the Hybrid 2, but I want us to be in a position where we have 7 or 8 tag teams at a high level, so we can have just the best tag division ever. But anyway, champs are on the losing side, although it isn't them that get pinned, so it opens up some possibilities for who they face next. We then had Mick Foley come out and he basically says, well, we want one of the best tag team divisions in the world, and we know we've got Kyle O'Reilly, but I'm glad to confirm that Roderick Strong will join the Lightning brand as he will team up with Kyle O'Reilly to make the tag team Undisputed Honor. So completely riffing off the Undisputed Era and the fact that we're in Ring of Honor together, so Undisputed Honor will be the name of O'Reilly and Strong. And that was the 68. Roddy was a free agent, Kyle wasn't doing too much. I want a really good tag division, and I feel that can be 2 guys that can thrive in it. Next up, we had an extremely short match that saw Sammy Guevara defeat TK Cooper in 2:46 with 6:30. Just a match to make the Spanish God look like a god, and a 72 rated match, not bad at all, as he brings a 94 performance. He needs to get to that main event sooner rather than later with these performances. Anyway, he's in the ring, and out of nowhere, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy sneaks in the ring, and he gives Sammy Guevara a beatdown to really just get some heat, as I say, from Orange Cassidy from Sammy Guevara. So obviously it's been kind of one-sided this feud, and it's Sammy just kind of going, hey, you know, this guy's actually a bit of a threat here. So 83, Sammy's a real star, but hopefully Orange can benefit from it. And we end up with, of course, Jake Hager, who'd have been there in his corner chasing Orange Cassidy, but Orange Cassidy manages to hide, and Hager gives up and leaves. So Orange Cassidy survives, but this feud between Guevara and Cassidy carries on. As a 69. We then had a promo from the Fashion Empire, Mercedes Varnado, Chelsea Green, Dr. Britt Baker and Deonna Purrazzo. Just really continuing on, just saying how dominant they are. Again, just going to show in the next matchup why they're so good, because they're just beating losers every week. There's a 47, and that's not ideal because that's the champ. But anyway, abysmal matchup. Mercedes and Britt defeat Fire and Flavour in 8:10 when Britt Baker got the pinfall win over Tasha Steelz. Mercedes carried the match up. Tasha was a weak link. Only a 41 though, and Mercedes has suffered a bladder contusion, so I'm hoping that doesn't rule her out, because her title defence is in 10 days. And I don't want our champion to be out of action for a while, but as I say, I felt like putting Britt with her, putting Chelsea with her and Deonna, they'll all get opportunities to tag with her. Just hope that she can help carry them and get their overness up, and hopefully their in-ring stuff up as well. Because I mean, if we get 1 superstar make 4 superstars, we're laughing. That's not good though. And Tasha Steelz got heat. Next up, we've got a promo from the Acclaim, just another rap. I can't rap. I'm not going to try and make up lyrics, but they were slagging Matt Riddle, or dissing Matt Riddle and Drew Gulak. Probably just going, yo, yo, bro, something like that. I don't know, I can't rap. I'm Scottish. 37. I don't even know if Scotland has a rap scene. The match itself was Catchpoint against the Acclaimed. Catchpoint pick up the win over the Acclaimed in 9:54 when Drew Gulak submitted Max Caster with the Gulak. So with 60, absolutely delighted with that. As I say, they're going to take a while to get over, and Gulak and Riddle just need victories, because they again are another team that have got their names in contention for the Tag Championship. It is likely going to be Catchpoint versus Proud and Powerful, but it's good to have options. We'll see how it pans out. Might make it a 4-way, just have a look and see. There's big plans for the tag division in place, there really is. Then I have a hype package, and it's talking about the debuting superstar in a few weeks' time. We'll be getting on the Lightning brand, the former Andrade, the former La Sombra. I'm really bad with creative names, so I'm just calling him La Sombra Almas. as he'll make his debut in AEW in the upcoming weeks. Someone I'm a massive fan of. I think him and Angel Garza, criminally underused at the time of recording. Two absolutely phenomenal athletes. I enjoy both their work, so any opportunity that I've got to bring in a wrestler that I enjoy is got to be done, and he's one guy I really enjoy. As I say, if I can get Garza as well, I'll be absolutely delighted. Like, just think that Garza's incredible. So got Almas or Andrade, which I'm delighted for. Looking forward to booking him. Great in-ring competitor, will benefit our product. Fingers crossed Garza's contract comes up. I don't know when. I'll maybe check at one point in this episode. Then if Kenny cut a promo for the matchup, he just says, I think Cody's been overlooking me. He's starting to get in his own head a little bit, really turn into a proper egomaniac. I think he needs to remember who the true best bout machine is, and that is Kenny Omega. So 82 for Kenny's promo. And we have just had our best match ever in this save. I've had a 99, so not my best match ever. I had a feeling this would work, and I wonder if Jon Moxley wasn't off his game, could we have struck a 96? But anyway, about the head, sensational wrestling and fantastic heat. Kenny Omega, PAC, Jon Moxley defeat Cody Rhodes and the Lucha Bros in 2019 when PAC pinned Cody with a corkscrew shooting star press. So a little bit of a hint there that PAC still believes he should be champion and still can be the current champion. What I'll say about this matchup as well is obviously Penta and Phoenix aren't going to get the 100 for the great chemistry that boosts them up a little bit in tag matches, but with Kenny's psychology I feel like that's enough to carry this match. So it seems one man just needs to have that psychology stat, which Kenny has. You hope some of that pays off in other guys, but if he can carry it, 6 of our main guys, and it shows that the star power on the Lightning brand, because you add in as well, we've still got Sammy Guevara to add to this. That is a pretty damn good 7, so I'm really happy with that. But that's surpassed my expectations for sure. The lowest performance was Moxley with 93, and if he's not in his game, the lowest is a 94. So superb from everyone involved. 91, because our promo wasn't the best, but if we could get 100 promo, that could have been a 96. And to be honest, it's all good having these on Lightnings, but if we get them in an event, we put a few boosts on, we'll definitely get a 100 down the line. Problem is, of course, we're not really in a position to put that money in. I'd rather put the money towards the AEW Live network, which, as you can see, with 56 regions getting the benefit of that, it's the more exposure we get, it's only going to get better and better. But delighted with that. All aboard that Kenny Omega push, I think, given that. So we'll cut to the main screen. As I say, we now have a couple of days, and then it'll be the next Dynamite, the Go Home show Dynamite, and then of course don't Go Home Lightning. So we have Juventud Guerrera has gotten engaged. Mercedes is out for a few weeks, so she's going to miss the pay-per-view. That's not ideal. Jey Uso is a free agent. Again, he's something I actually kind of looked at. I shortlisted him on that basis, but unless you get Jimmy, then there's no point in having one Uso. I know in real life they've actually done well as a singles, but nah. I'd want him as a tag team, especially how big our roster is. 3.07 is good. And let's just have a wee look. So size, 82s, 83s is good. And you can see we're starting to make gains in India. If I can just boost that there. So small gains in India, 28. So it's going to take a long time to get there, to get to Titanic, but we're certainly at least on the right lines where I think this is like the second month we've had our deal with the network. So if we can keep doing that, we'll be fine. But yeah, certainly happy with that. Just jump in here. As I say, there is another new sign in there if you notice them. Again, it's somebody that I think could make the jump, and I do enjoy Liv's work, so she won't be debuting as Liv Morgan. We'll obviously repackage her. And we know the previous stance with Marty Scurll as well. So it is 13 days. She's just going to miss the pay-per-view, that's fine. So we'll adjust that. But at least the good news is Sonny Kiss will be fine in less than a month. Kenta's back in less than a month. I actually quite find that mental. We signed him, and then the Forbidden Door opened not long after, and Jungle Boy as well will be back in 11 days, and still 5 months before we get Isaiah Cassidy back. But just a month and a half for Shima. So, as I said, I was going to check it. Obviously, it's a small mod, so Angel Garza should be one of the first people we'll find. Sit under if he's not there. Just type in Garza. Garza Jr., there we go. 51 days? Oh, are we gonna try and sign Garza? Absolutely, we're gonna try and sign Garza. But yeah, happy where we are. So we got to check that. So you'll see here as well with Kenny, Psychology 90. So he carried that match up, and yeah, best bout machine. My worry, 39. But I suppose realistically, do we think the save's going to go much further than 2026, 27? Well, maybe I'm getting a bit addicted to it, but I'd like to believe that yeah, he'll still be a main eventer at 43 and still putting on good matches unless he has a massive decline. But anyway, I've blathered on enough. Hope you've enjoyed today's show. I'm going to go ahead now and just finalise the card for the event and get sure that Dynamite and Lightning next week properly put up the best card possible. We'll check the financial situation. If it feels like it's good, we'll maybe add a boost or two. If not, we'll just make sure we get the good money from the commercial deal, and then we can use that to increase our AEW live network. I certainly feel going commercial has probably been for the best rather than a subscription service. We've gained a lot more money than I would have expected, because obviously we can't get a TV deal at this point in time. And it also leaves open the opportunity for TV specials. So I was thinking maybe March, possibly April in game, a one-off special. Because instead of making it look like a pay-per-view, making it a commercial special, AEW versus New Japan special. So we'll keep an eye out for that. We'll look at their schedule and see who we can bring in. But anyway, I've blathered on far too much. Good day, good night. I'm very tired. Bye bye.